Hello students, Standard 7th. Today we are going to start revision in Physics chapter number 14, that is electric current and its effects. You are already familiar with the electric current. When the flow of charged particles passing from the conductors, we know that it is the current. Actually, what is electric current is that the rate of flow of charge through a conductor is called electric current. But these words are little higher for you. You will learn about them in higher standards, in details. So far, you have to remember that when the flow of electron is known as electric current, and it can pass through the conductors. You know about the conductors and insulators. Now, in the standard 6th, chapter number 12, we learn the game of how steady is your hand, in which it is a game in which we have to check special circuit as shown in this picture. You can see the circuit is made here, and through the wire a metallic key is passed. What we have to do? You have to move this key from one end to the other end. It mustn't touch the wire. If it will touch the wire, bulb will glow because circuit will be closed. And then you are out of the game. So you have to take slowly from one side to another side so that you can understand how steady is your hand. If your hand is shaking too much, then the bulb will, because that wire key will touch the wire and the bulb can glow easily. So now it is that I show you, it is a simple circuit, that is the drawing of the circuit, in which two nails, between the two nails, they put a wire through which the wire is passed through a hole of the key, and from one nail there is connected the shell, electric shell, then the switch, bulb, and the other end of the circuit is with the key. So now, if the key is not touching that wire, the circuit is not complete, so bulb cannot glow. So when you try to move that key, you have to be careful. It mustn't touch that wire which is passing through it. And who can pass it properly without the bulb glow, then that can be the winner, or you can say that the hand is very, very steady. But now, here we see that we have to draw the components properly. Means you have to draw the electric cell properly, you have to draw the bulb properly, you have to draw the wires also as it is, how they look. But now, for this small components, it is easier to draw them. But it is not convenient, because if you draw them real drawing, then that circuit will be very, very big and not convenient. It will take more time also. And therefore, what we have to do is that we have to use some symbols for the components. When we represent the circuit diagram, then in the circuit diagram, the components are not shown in the real drawings, but we have to use some symbols so that it is easier also and it doesn't take much time to draw that circuit. But for that, you must be familiar with the symbols using to draw that diagram. Now, if you will see in the different books, then maybe you find some different symbol for the same. But here we are trying to take the commonest of the all symbols. In this chapter we are going to learn only few basic components that are necessary to draw a basic electric circuit, in which maybe a cell, a battery, wires and switches and a bulb. That is the general, very normal electric circuit. So these are the basic components required for a simple closed or the open circuit. Now, first of thing, that electric shell. Everybody is familiar with the electric shell, which is a metallic cylindrical thing covered with the metallic, and on the top there is a small pin or the button like structure which is working as a positive terminal, and the bottom or the whole cylindrical surface working as a negative terminal. We know that they have two terminals, positive terminal and negative terminal. So now to represent that shell, we draw this like that electric shell. We draw two parallel lines. One is longer here and the other one is shorter but little thicker. The longer line is representing the positive terminal and the shorter line is representing the negative terminal. So here, but remember that one should be longer, the other must be shorter but little thicker than the longer one. So it represents an electric shell, or you can say the dry cell. Here you can write down its terminals also. That this side, that the longer one is the positive terminal and the shorter line represent the negative terminal. Now, battery. Sometimes what happens that we need more electric power, which is not possible to get it only from a single cell. Then what can we do? We can join the two or more than two cells so that we can get more power. And that is known as the battery. So what is actually battery? Battery is the combination of two or more cells. So when we join two or more cells together, then it is known as the batteries. We know that in some torches and in your some electric components like in the remote control of the television or electric transistor, in which more than 2 cells are needed to run that electric device. So actually in that there is some arrangement given so that each cell is connected with each other through a metallic wire, thick wire or the metal strip, so that they can make the complete circuit and give more power which is needed to run that electric device. So here the battery consists of 2 or more electric cells, at least 2 or 3 or 4, doesn't matter, but at least 2 electric cells when we connect. But now we cannot connect them just like that. We must be careful that the positive terminal of one cell should be connected with the negative terminal of the next. And if there are more than 2, then also same thing we have to continue. That positive terminal of one cell connect to the negative terminal of second cell. Then again positive terminal of second cell will be connected with the negative terminal of the third cell, and so on. So that we can get an continuous current. If you join them alternately, then the circuit is not correct. Then the bulb will not glow or any component cannot work, because the electric current cannot pass through this type of situation. So as shown in the figure, you can see that there are 4 cells. You can see that the positive terminal is connected with the negative of the other one. Positive terminal of the other one is, now here we have to connect that here, and so on. So we have to connect them as the positive and negative terminal alternatively. And to show the symbol is like that. One cell, then put dot dot dot, because we don't know how many cells are there. Maybe 2 or 3, and the last cell. Such that first positive terminal, second negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and so on. And then they can be connected to the circuit. So this is the symbol used for the battery. The next is the electric bulb. We know that there is a filament in the bulb, that you learn already about it, which is made up of that tungsten metal, which is given support with the thick wires, and that thick wires are representing the positive and the negative 2 terminals. Now that battery, the bulb, is denoted by these things. We know that it is in the circular glass box, so that we draw with the circle. Filament is like this, like M shape, and these 2 wires joined with are taken out, so that we can join in the circuit. So if you see this type of symbol in a circuit, then it is the symbol for the bulb, and it is internationally accepted. So everybody can understand that this symbol represents a bulb. So that is also very, very simple. Now, if you want to join the bulb in the circuit, then you can represent by this symbol. if you take the whole bulb to draw, then it will take time also, and there are chances of wrong also, getting wrong. Therefore, it is easier to represent the bulb with this symbol. Draw a circle, and in between that draw the filament and take out the two wires which are the terminals of the bulb. Then the switch. Switch can be in the on position, switch can be in the off position also. In the previous standards, you learned that we can make a switch, temporary switch, using a safety pin like this. If the pin is connected, then it is in on position. If pin is not connected, then it is in the off position. You can see that here it is connected, here it is little apart, which is not connected. So there are the switches which are on the on position, or it can be in the off position. Look here, here we put the two dots here and then it is connected. There is no gap between the two terminals. So here it is representing the switch in the on position. When it is in on position, the electric circuit completes and the components like bulb can work and bulb will glow. And in the off position, we saw that one end is not connected. Little up, there is a gap between that two terminals, and it means that the switch is in off position. And when switch is in the off position, electric circuit does not complete and the current cannot pass through that circuit. So it is known as open circuit. And this is the last thing is the wire. To represent the wire, we just saw the simple line. Line, when there is line, then it represents the wire. So now, in this way, maybe in the higher standard you will learn more symbols also, because there are so many components, electric components are there. But here it is necessary for this standard. So we use only that very basic components which are useful in the electric circuit diagram. In the next video we will learn about the storage battery also, and then more about the electric circuit, like how to draw the open or the closed circuit and the effect of the electric current. We are going to finish today's session, which will be followed by the file PDF, and any confusion write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.